Doesn't it kind of look like a couple of dragons?
Come on, baby. Keep smoking. Oh yeah, I got a number over here. Look at that.
The last week, sitting in the car. I'm gonna pull this out of the way. Show you the back. Hey guys, Andy here. I had shown this flashlight on a video a very long time ago. This is a shake flashlight. You shake it up, it says nature and technology can coexist. It says Night Star flashlight. It says 90 short fast shakes to recharge. And I think it's probably more than 90 shakes, especially once it's been sitting around a while and run down. But you shake the flashlight, it's got a magnet inside, it doesn't use any batteries. You can see the magnet move there. And it's got this coil of wire. And as that magnet goes through that coil of wire, it creates a magnetic field through that wire and induces a voltage. And then there's a capacitor inside there that stores that voltage. And you shake the flashlight and turn it on and it works. Now this flashlight's completely waterproof. It cannot be taken apart. You can't get to anything inside. That blue ring there and the lens are, I imagine, sonic welded in, plastic welded, but you can't get to anything inside. But, I mean, for a flashlight that doesn't use batteries, you just shake it and it charges up and you can use the flashlight. It's not super bright. I don't know, probably, well, my knowledge of lumens today, probably 20 or 30 lumens. And I've had that flashlight for, I'm sure, over 15 years. Now this is another one. This is called the Forever Flashlight by Excalibur. This is pretty much the same thing, except for this one has magnets in the end there, and then there's another magnet inside this end here that actually repel that magnet. You can see how it kind of floats in there. Okay, and then it floats on that end too. Those magnets, they repel it. They're, you know, the north against north, south against south, they repel each other. Opposites attract. This flashlight here, that one there was pretty expensive back in the day. I think $40, $50. This one here is a little bit of a cheaper one. This one doesn't have the repelling magnets on the ends. It's just got rubber bumpers in there. But it's the same general principle, still going through the coil of wire to charge the flashlight, and it works also. And this one I've probably had close to 15 years also. But the nice thing about this one is you can unscrew the cap, and it's got an O-ring in here under the lens to seal it and make it waterproof. Both of these are waterproof, but this one you can actually take the lens out and use that to start a fire. Put that back in there. Now both of these flashlights have a reed switch in here to completely seal the switch from the outside to the inside. So if you get a magnet near that switch, the light turns on. And this one works the same way. So the switch is completely sealed. There's no opening, no mechanical movement from the outside to the inside. They're completely sealed. Now I also have another one which looks very similar to this one. Looks like the same basic design. This one does not have that magnetic switch, and I would not expect this one to be waterproof. But this one you can also unscrew the front bezel and access that magnifying glass, which it also has a O-ring in there, so it could possibly be waterproof. I would say more like water resistant. Looks like the exact same flashlight, works on the same principle, has the coil in here, the bumper on each end, and the magnet that slides through the coil to generate electricity. This one also works, and I've had this one, I guarantee, at least 10 plus years. But there's something else that I want to show you about these flashlights that is pretty unique. This one is different from the other two only in the fact that it's backwards, but I'm going to take you outside and show you what else these flashlights can do. Alright, it's going to be kind of hard to show this because the wind wants to keep blowing them around. But you can see I've got all three flashlights hanging from strings. The two cheaper ones have a little hole in the back. That one there, and then I just tied around the neck of them. Tied around the neck there. This one's actually got a little hanging spot. But if you see that the two larger flashlights, the head of them wants to point the same way if the wind would stop blowing them around. The small one is actually backwards, which is good to know. But if you look at the general direction the flashlights want to point, which is generally toward the tree, be a lot better if I wasn't outside in a windy location. But if you look down at my compass, the two large flashlights, you can hang them and use them as a compass and they will point north. The smaller one, the people who made it, cheaper flashlight, wants to point south. They put the magnet in backwards, I guess. But they are actually, you can actually use them as a compass. And since the two larger ones, I'm sure, are waterproof, the smaller one, water resistant, you possibly could float them even if you had to. But you can see they keep wanting to go back to a northerly direction. If the wind would stop blowing them around, they would actually stop moving and point north. But you can, judge the degree that they move and then pick the middle and get a general northerly direction. So they're not just flashlights, they can be a compass too in a survival situation.